Okay, then hello everyone. I am Mohit Ahmed Siddiqui with another live online session of FA1 uh, ACCA Foundation Diploma exam. In the previous classes, I showed you double entry bookkeeping, and I did also tell you that double entry bookkeeping is done in accordance with the rules of debit and credit. So let me first remind you of rules of debit and credit. Assets, liabilities, capital, expenses, and revenues. These are the five important concepts of accounting: assets, liabilities, capital, expenses, and revenues. So, rules of debit and credit. Whenever a transaction takes place, these five: assets, liabilities, capital, expenses, and revenues either increase or decrease, or any one of them, or maybe more than one of these five categories, there is a change. Assets, when a transaction takes place, an asset may increase or decrease, a liability may increase or decrease, or any five of these may increase or decrease. So, when assets increase, assets are debited. We use DR for debit and CR for credit. Liabilities, when liabilities increase, liabilities are credited, and when liabilities decrease, liabilities are debited. Similarly, when capital increases, capital is credited, and when capital decreases, capital is debited. When expenses increase, expenses are debited, and when expenses decrease, expenses are credited. Revenues, when there is an increase in revenue, it is credited, and a decrease is debited. So these are the rules of debit and credit. To record transactions, we use these rules of debit and credit, and this recording is called double entry bookkeeping or double entries. So in this session, in this video lecture, I will put some transactions in front of you, and I will record double entries for the transactions that I will mention. So let's start. Now, let's suppose we start a business together by investing uh, let's suppose $5,000 in a bank account. Now, here the owner is making an investment in the business. So whenever an owner makes an investment in the business, capital increases. So the capital account is credited. Capital account is credited. And since the owner is making an investment by opening a bank account in the name of the business, by investing into a bank account $5,000, bank account balance will increase. So we will debit the bank account. Okay. Now, purchased furniture for cash, $250. In this transaction, furniture is an asset that is being purchased. So we will debit the furniture account. Since furniture is increasing in the business, by buying furniture, we are bringing furniture into the business. That's why furniture is an asset that is increasing. So we will debit the furniture account, and for that, no, let me make it for not cash. Let's purchase furniture by make it this by issuing a check. The owner purchased furniture and issued a check. So when a check is issued, what will happen? The bank account balance will decrease as the payment will go out from the bank account. So we will credit the bank account of the business. Here it is also worth noting that bank account of the business is an asset of the business. The bank account that is opened in the name of the business, that is used for transactions of the business, is an asset of the business. So here the asset, that is bank account, will decrease when we will issue a check, as the payment will go from the bank account. The bank account balance will decrease, so we will credit the bank account. Moving forward, let's suppose we further purchase an equipment for our business by issuing a check of, let's say, by issuing a check amounting to, let's say, $300. So when we purchase an equipment is an asset that will come into the business. By purchasing equipment, we are increasing equipment in the business. We will debit the equipment account and we will credit the bank account. Since we are issuing a check, by issuing a check, we are making payment from the bank account. The bank account balance will decrease, so we will credit the bank account of the business. Now, uh, took out cash from the bank account. How much cash? Let's suppose $1,000 cash is taken out of the bank account. So what will happen? Now in this transaction, what is actually happening, that we are taking out cash from the business's bank account. We are taking out cash from the business's bank account for the business use, not for the personal use. Because if the cash is taken out from the bank account for the personal use by the owner, then that will be a drawing. So do not confuse it with a drawing. This is actually cash taken out of the business. Here, the cash, the asset, that is cash is increasing. We are taking out cash from our bank account of the business. So we will debit the cash account, as cash is an asset of the business, and we will credit the bank account. Since we are taking out cash from the bank account, the bank balance will go down, the bank balance will reduce as a result of this transaction. So we will credit the bank account balance, but we will debit the cash, as this is the cash. Now the cash that we have taken out of the bank account, we will use that cash in the business. So this cash is increased in the business. That's why, and cash is an asset. That's why we have debited here the cash account. Moving forward, let's suppose we purchase an equipment, or let's say we purchased fixtures and fittings, mm, from a supplier on credit worth $200. Let's suppose we purchase fixtures and fittings from one of our suppliers on credit. On credit. So whenever we purchase something on credit or whenever we sell something on credit, that is a credit transaction. And what happens in a credit transaction? I told you that there are two types of transactions. There are two types of transactions. There are two types of transactions. This is something that I have already told you, but here I feel like I need to remind you about the types of transactions: cash transactions and credit transactions. So whenever there is a credit transaction, or let's suppose we purchase something on credit, or we purchase something on credit. So when we will purchase something on credit, what will happen? That we will be obliged, we will be bound to pay, will be bound to make a payment in future. So when we purchase something on credit, there is a credit purchase. There is a credit purchase. What will happen? That we will be obliged to make payment, that we will be obliged to make payment in future. We will have to make, there will be a promise on our part to make payment in future. There will be an obligation. There will be an obligation. We will be obliged to make payment in future. So what will happen? The point that I am trying to make here is that what will happen as a result of a credit purchase, a liability will arise. A liability will arise, or you can say liability will increase in the business. What will happen as a result of a credit purchase? A liability will increase in the a liability will increase in the business. So when there is an increase in the liability, we will credit the accounts payable account, and we will debit what? We will debit fixtures and fittings account. We will debit fixtures and fitting account, and we will credit accounts payable. Purchased fixtures and fittings from a supplier on credit worth how much? Worth $200. So we will purchase fixtures and fittings from a supplier for how much? For $200. Okay. Now, as a result of this transaction, fixtures and fittings is an asset that increased in the business, and a liability to pay the supplier, as the transaction is on credit basis, a liability to pay the supplier, a liability to pay the supplier uh, increased. That's why we credited accounts payable, and accounts payable is a liability to make payments to our suppliers. Now, moving forward, in the same way, let's suppose we purchased a motor car. We purchased a motor car on credit for, let's suppose, $1,500. Now, the vehicle that we purchased in this transaction is an asset. So an asset will increase as a result of buying motor car will increase. So we will debit the motor car account. But since we purchased this motor car on credit, this is a credit transaction, this is a credit purchase, we will credit the accounts payable account. We will credit the accounts payable account. Now, so these are some instances, some examples of transactions and how these transactions are recorded in the books of accounts. And this is known as the double entry bookkeeping system. That whenever a transaction takes place, we debit something, and for each debit, there is an equal credit. Please note that the amount of debit is always equal to the amount of credit in double entry bookkeeping. And this is how we record transactions, the transactions that we do in the business. The transactions that we do in the business in accordance with the rules of double entry bookkeeping, or you can say the rules of debit credit. This is how transactions are recorded uh, in a double entry bookkeeping system. Okay, so these are the transactions and these are the double entries for these transactions that I mentioned. Now now let's suppose what will happen when you will make a payment for your expense. Let's suppose you pay rent expense for the month. You pay rent expense for the month $200. What will happen that whenever there is an expense, we debit the expense account. We debit the expense account because in this transaction we are, what is in this transaction, what is happening, what is actually happening, that we are incurring an expense is incurred. So when we incur expenses, what happens, that expenses increase as we incur expenses. So, oh, here I have wrongly mentioned. So whenever, oh, sorry, this is revenue. Sorry, this is revenue. So whenever an expense, there is an expense is incurred, we debit the expense account. An expense is incurred, we debit the expense account. So here we paid an expense, we paid rent expense, we incurred an expense, and let's suppose we paid this expense by cash. So we will credit the cash account as we are uh, making a payment. As we are paying cash, what will happen, the cash will reduce. Cash is an asset that will reduce. So whenever an asset reduces, we credit that assets account. So we will credit the cash account, but as an expense is incurred, we will debit the expense account. Now, what will happen? Similarly, there is another transaction, utilities expenses for the month paid by, let's suppose, issuing a check of $50. So we will debit the utilities expenses account, and we will credit the bank account. We will credit the bank account. How much? $50. So utilities expenses account, we will debit the utilities expenses account as we have incurred utilities expenses for the month. How much utility expenses? $50 utilities expenses for the month. But we will credit, uh, and in the same way we will credit the bank account, since we are making a payment by the bank account by issuing a check. Here I am again telling you that we are making payment by our bank account. because we are issuing a check. Once we issue a check, what will happen? The check will be presented into the bank, and the bank account balance will reduce. So the bank account will be credited. Bank account is an asset. Bank account will reduce. So we will credit the bank account $50. Okay. Now these are the expenses. These are the double entries for expenses. Now, here is one more thing. The owner withdraws, let's suppose the owner withdraws cash from the business bank account. Let's suppose $50, or let's suppose $75 cash. Now, here in this transaction, let's suppose you are the owner of the business and you withdraw cash from the business bank account. You take out cash from the business bank account for your personal use, for personal use. Now, I also told you that whenever we do accounting, an owner, an owner is considered a separate entity from the business. As we are doing accounting for the business, so we keep all the so in the books of accounts we record all the matters of the business, all the things that we do in the business, not the things that the owner does for his not the things that owner does for his personal belongings, you can say. Okay, so owner is separate from the business. Whenever we do accounting, we bear in mind that an owner is separate from the business. Whenever owner invests something in the business, whenever owner invests, or you can say whenever owner benefits a business from his personal belongings, then this is said to be an investment. This is called an investment. And whenever there is an investment, whenever owner makes an investment, then the capital of the business increases. But now, what if the opposite happens? What if the opposite happens? Instead, instead of investing something, is instead of instead of making investment, the owner is taking out something from the business for his or her for his or her personal use, then this is said to be a drawing by the owner. And a drawing is opposite of and a drawing is opposite of the capital account. Whenever the capital increases, whenever capital account increases, we credit the capital account. But whenever there is a drawing, we debit the drawing account. Whenever there is a drawing, we debit that drawing account. Please keep in mind, this is a point, this is a very important point that you should keep in your mind. Drawing account is, you can say, is actually an opposite of the capital account. So whenever owner makes an investment and the capital increases, we credit the capital account. But on the other hand, if there is a drawing by the owner takes out something from the business, then the drawing account is debited. So in this transaction, as the owner is making a drawing, owner is taking out $75 from the business bank account for his or her personal use. So what is happening actually, the owner is taking out the bank balance, the amount that is deposited in the business, that is present in the business bank account. So we will credit the business bank account, but on the opposite end, we will debit the drawing account, since here owner is making a drawing, owner is actually doing something opposite of investment. When there is an investment, we credit the capital account. Now here, as you can see, the capital account is credited. The capital account, when capital increases, or you can say whenever owner makes an investment, whenever owner makes an investment, what happens? The capital increases, and when the capital account increases, we credit the capital account. But since drawing is the opposite of the capital, so when the owner makes a drawing, whenever owner takes out something from the business for his or her personal use, what happens? That we debit the drawing account, as drawing is the opposite of capital. Drawing is the opposite of capital and is debited. Drawing is the opposite of capital and is debited when the owner takes out something for his or her personal use from the business. This is the point that you should bear in your mind. This is the point that you should be very much clear about. So in this video, I showed you a number of transactions and how these transactions are recorded in accordance with the double entry bookkeeping system, and how the rules of debit credit are applied when we record double entries. So I hope that you like this video. Thanks for watching. It was Muid Ahmed Siddiqui. Let me know if you need any kind of assistance. Thank you very much and hope to see you soon.